Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Arch Study of You. I am your host, Cameron Gilmore. Yes, I do have a little bit of a cold, but that's not going to stop us from bringing you the heat. Part 2 of my interview with Tiffany Slater is going to be absolutely amazing. Up to this point, we have learned kind of how she's been able to develop her speaking skills, her confidence, and the right and deserving the right to just speak to people on a level that they can all understand and communicate. See, Tiffany grew up kind of a little bit different than a lot of us, right? But that didn't stop her from becoming the best version of herself. So when you look at where she is now, where she's going, part 2 is going to be amazing as we get to dive into more about friendship and learn really about friendship and how friendship is. We learned a lot about loss that she had with one of her great friends, about how she's turned that into a positive and being able to share that with the world. Guys, I cannot express how grateful I am for you guys to like and to share and to pass this message on, this episode, not just this episode, but all the episodes, and sharing the Arch Study View with as many as you can. Thank you so much. And without further ado, here is part 2 with Tiffany Slater on the Arch Study View.
Look, all you introverts out there, there you go. Go find her on LinkedIn. We'll give her, look, we're going to give you all the social media links. Go follow her, because when you listen to her speak as we are now, and I have listened to other podcasts and video conferences that she's been on, you would be hard pressed to try to tell me that she was not an introvert, that she was not outspoken and determined. So to hear that, guys, I'm telling you right now, we come from all walks of life and we learn how to grow. But the key to this is you just never stop learning and you never stop growing. And you always put yourself, I love that, find yourself a wingman, because it is going into it somewhere by yourself is oftentimes very scary when you don't know anybody. Mm-hmm. When you go in with somebody, you have a battle buddy, you're like, oh, cool, I can do this now. Like, you take the lead and then I'll come in and then I'll feel, okay, I'll get in that groove and then we're going. Man, that is so, we have leadership, we've got mindset, we've got personal development. We're covering everything. Look, you guys, if you need to take a break, take a break. This is a good time to pause and take a break. Go catch up on your notes and listen to what she has said, because we are uncovered. That's the beauty of this podcast. It's the uncovering of individuals. And I am blown away by listening to Tiffany's story up to this point, because I would have never thought this is the journey that she took to get to where she is, overcoming surgeries, overcoming the fear it could be a potential cancer, overcoming leaving a job security, leaving all of that and say, this is my path and my purpose in life is this, and God has led me to this. I absolutely love that. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's dive deeper into the belief and how you've developed God. God, listen, you can believe in God, you can believe in Jehovah, you can believe in the spirits above the ground. Whatever it is you believe in, or you don't believe in anything, you just believe that there's some good in this world. That's fine. That's what this part is going to be, is just take it for that. We will talk about God because we both believe in God, but you guys that are listening, just find ways and we'll be able to get there. So you predominantly went to Catholic school, right? Until you went to college.
Yes.
Tell us what that was like. Tell us, because I mean, you hear all these things about college, the good, bad, and the indifference, right? Yes. But tell us, what was that like going through the whole Catholic school? And then when you went from Catholic school to college, which is basically public school, what was that transition like?
Well, going to Catholic school, my entire, from preschool through my senior year of high school was a wonderful experience. And in the St. Louis area, we're like a cult. We're like a cult. And I mean, we have Facebook groups for the Catholic school kids, and it didn't matter what Catholic school you went to. We all knew each other. There was a summer camp that we would all go to together. And we're all friends, right? Still to this day. And we all went to different schools. It was a wonderful upbringing. St. Louis is a very segregated place. We are a big, small town, if you will, or the opposite, a small, big town. I don't know how you say it. But So all of the Catholic schools that I went to were all African American students. A majority of our teachers were white, but they loved us. They loved us. And I felt like I was in a very safe environment. I was nurtured. I was taught Black history. We were taught American history, and Black history was always woven in throughout our history lessons. We had a wonderful experience. I have nothing bad to say about that. My primary education, and then going to public school was a huge culture shock. I was probably, I mean, it was probably maybe 5% African American at the university that I went to. And I was a fish out of water. I had never gone to school with anybody other than people that looked like me. And so to be in a class where the teacher called me a token student, and I was like, oh no, I have to unenroll from this class. I shall not be taught by a person who looks at me as a token. So, I mean, did you see my head going, Cameron? That's exactly. Look, I was over it. I was like, I shall not be a token. This is not the place for me. So I transferred to another school 30 minutes away from home, which is not far. But I did live on campus, and it was a better experience for me. I did not go to an HBCU, historically Black college or university.
I need to give a shout out to my biggest sponsor, Warrior Energy Drink. The reason why we partnered together is because we have the same mindset, with the same drive. We're for the people. We're about the people. Look, Warrior Energy Drink has 0 sugar options, and they got water as well. Low calories, great taste, very affordable, no crash, big energy fast, high in B vitamins, awesome design, culture design, 160 milligrams of caffeine. Other energy drinks have way too much, and they're always giving it back to their community. They're paying it forward. Partner with them, guys. Click the link below. Go get yourself your own Warrior Energy Drink and go crush today.
But I did go to a school that did a much better job of supporting its diverse student population. And I felt like there were so many opportunities for me to be involved and for me to be supported, be it with Black students, white students, Asian students. It didn't matter. I felt much more connected there. Yeah.
Do you still have meaningful, I mean, you've touched on it a little bit, but do you still have meaningful relationships? Well, what's the oldest relationship you have with your friend? Is it 5 years, 10 years? I mean, what is that? How old is that relationship?
Yeah, so I told you this Catholic school thing is like a cult here in St. So
Yeah.
I have a friend group, and there are 7 of us. There are 6 or 7, I can't remember, but I have to go through the names. But there are 7 of us. I'm going to stick with that. And we have been friends since elementary school. So a group of us were friends in elementary school. Another group were friends in a different elementary school. And we all came together in high school, and we've been best friends since then. But my oldest friend relationship is since the first grade. And that's 35 plus years. No, that's more. That's 40 plus years. That's
Wow.
40 plus years that we've been friends. Now, if you ask her, she's going to tell you that we met in kindergarten, but we didn't. So, yeah. And my god brother, who obviously is my friend, but we don't even know when we met because our mothers were pregnant together.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I can tell you that having a close group of women that you've been close with your entire life is a safety net that you can't even describe.
Try.
It's a safe place to fall. It's a group of women, not just one, but 6, that know you, that knows where the bodies are buried. That, not literally, guys,
Right.
but that that have been there for you, that have been there with you, that has laughed with you, cried with you, held your hand, gave you advice, showed up for you when others couldn't or wouldn't, stood up for you when you were dead wrong, and then called you in the back room and said, now that let me tell you what you need to do differently. So it's a relationship that you cannot put a price tag on, you cannot place value on, because it's essential, it's important. And I am appreciative of the fact that I have that. And I know that I'm probably in the 1 percentile of America, of the world, that has a friendship like that.
Guys, if you're listening to this on, like, Spotify or Apple or even on Audible, you need to pause and rewind and go to YouTube. You need to watch this glimmer of light that just went off when I asked Tiffany to try to explain what it means to have these meaningful relationships. You could see the demeanor in her. You could see the body language. You could see everything about her change, because what she was doing is recount, as she's telling you why, she's probably replaying some of the core memories, the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, the what ifs, the good times, the bad times, the memorable laughs, the memorable cries, the late night phone calls. She wouldn't say any of that if it not had already come to pass. And she could draw on those relationships. She could draw on those friendships. She could draw on those moments, those key moments. Because I can tell you for a fact, I can tell you this without even asking it. I guarantee you, when she was down for 3 months, she had people telling her, you can't just lay there. Sure, her family, her husband, and her kids, her 2 boys were probably like, Mom, come on, you're better than this. And there is, and you should draw so much on your family, 100%. But oftentimes you need angels. You need people that will come over, whether they call or they show up or they send something and say, this isn't you. This is not what you need to do. You need to get up and let's go. They can talk to you in a way that you're close to people who you love, trust, and respect, like your family members. They can't, because you're like, you do have the right, but not in this moment. But your friend can come over and say, no, you need to do something. You're laid up for 3 months. You got to keep your mind right. Tiffany, and she'll probably call you whatever close friend's name call you. You got to do something. Go back and watch how she describes her friendship, because it is powerful. It will cause you to move emotionally towards, and I wish, you're right, I wish I had some of those deep, deep friendship relationships. I have friends, really good friends, that I can call and we can laugh. But there is something about having that deep relationship, because it transcends so much in your life. And I'm pretty sure that it's helped that little introvert become more extrovert in a way that you feel comfortable and confident in doing that. Man, guys, we have blown the lid open on this. This is fantastic. Oh,
Well, I'm glad you are finding some nuggets.
no, the whole thing is a nugget. So help us understand then why God placed some of your really, really close friends, and I probably have touched on it, but I would love to hear from you why God placed these individuals in your life and has kept them in your life. You talked about it. Yeah, I mean, the place to cry and to go, but deep to the core, there has got to be a reason. And you can tell, don't say name, but you can say, I know this person because of this and this. I would love to hear like one or two examples of where God did that for you.
Yeah, so all of us are so different, which is interesting in and of itself. But my closest friend, we spent the most time together, and we went to elementary school together. She actually was murdered when I was 5 months pregnant with my second son. And she was driving home from her sister's house, and two cars were shooting at each other, and she got hit by a stray bullet. But my relationship with her, I would say, taught me the most, because she was the life of every party. We were complete opposites. Complete opposites. But she was my biggest fan. She was my truth teller. She was my sister. She, her family to this day calls me their sister. Her mother we were together, in elementary school through high school. But her mother, when we would go to the grocery store with her, she would ask me what I wanted for dinner. When we would go shopping, she would buy stuff for me too. I was a part of their family. And so we were close, but what I learned from her was my relationship with her helped me to really understand the importance of meeting people where they are, and how important it was for relationships. Because I used to try so hard, this is something that you really need to do. You really need to finish this. You got to do this. And I'm trying to force my thoughts and my beliefs and my dreams for her on her. And I promise you, it wasn't until the week before she was murdered that it clicked for me. You're trying to make her something she's not, or that she doesn't want to be. You got to meet her where she is, or you're going to push her away. That is when it hit me. And so I'm grateful that I finally got there. But that is one of the many lessons I learned from her. Meet people where they are. And the other thing is, don't take yourself so seriously, because she never did. She was a comedian and didn't know it. We knew it. She was a comedian. So that's the one relationship. The others are just so different. There's so many. All of them are just swirling around in my head. But I would say as a whole, what it's taught me is how to value the people that I love. Yeah.
Guys, that is so beautiful to hear you lay that out. And sorry that you lose such a young, vibrant friend, probably at the young, tender age that, you didn't, and she didn't do nothing, just a stray bullet.
Yeah.
But what it is taught is to find meaningful relationships with individuals and cherish them. Learn to meet each other halfway, or blow up the parts that they are great at and just hold on to those. Man, that's huge, because I listened to this. So you listen to this, guys. You're listening to Tiffany talk, and you're listening to go through all this experience. It's no wonder why she's in HR. It's no wonder why she chose this field, because she is in a field where she can help leaders become better leaders. She can help those that maybe are a little rough around the edges and polish those edges up a little bit. She's where she's at because she can help instill confidence in other people who want to get in HR, who typically probably are not extroverted, more introverted. But then she goes, this is what we do. This is how you and I, right? How we can get to where we need to go. She's become a mentor and a provider for probably hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Millions, not there yet, but millions will benefit from this. Because if she can help one become great, that greatness will continue to filter down. Hey, everybody, I want to take this quick second here. A lot of you asked me, what journal do I use? My family use? Simple, this journal right here. See, my buddy Craig Smith has spent years and years developing a journal that takes everything that's up in here and puts it on paper so we can be edified and grow. So if you don't know what to write about, which oftentimes happens, he gives you ideas. And if you want power statements, things that say, I am this, he gives you those ideas. Now, when you look at on one page, it says, this is what I'm accomplished. This is what I am statements. And there's a quote every single day that you get to write on and focus on. The second page is write your daily thoughts, get it out of your head, put it on paper to be the best version of yourself. The link's down below. Listen, I get no money for this. It's just, I believe in this journal. I love this journal. It's changed my life, my family's life. And if you want, it'll change your life as well. I don't even, yeah, night. That's fantastic. Man, guys, look, we're running out of time. I hate that. I hate when we get to this part when I know we're running out of time. Dang, that sucks. I need longer interviews. This is terrible. Tell us, Tiffany, tell us about HR. Tell us about your company. Tell us about why people should run to you. If you don't know that answer, I know that answer. You've just heard it for the last hour. But tell us about that. Tell us about your company, what you're doing, how we can all follow you and get a hold of you and get into your services.
Yeah. Well, so first, what we do at HR Tailor Made is we are the HR team for small businesses. So team members contact us when they have a question about a policy, or they can't find their insurance card, or they don't know who the insurance is through. Maybe they're having a challenge with their supervisor and they need some support in navigating the conversation. We also we do the administrative pieces of human resources that take small business owners hours to do, because let's face it, most of us didn't get into business to be HR people. That's what we do, right? So we want to come to your business and take your virtual HR box and do all of the HR things for you and your team. We want to help you create joyful work experiences for your team members. What I love about what I do is, first of all, I only work with organizations who clearly understand the value that their team members bring to their business, and that are very clear about the fact that without having happy team members, my business is not going to succeed. So those are the people that we work with. And we don't work with people who just believe that, employees should be happy with a paycheck and that's it. We don't work with organizations like that. They're not going to be around that long because their turnover rate is going to kill them. So that's really important to me. And some of the things that we do for our clients include helping them set up and implement benefits for their team members. We manage all of their HR record keeping, develop their employee handbook, their policies and procedures. So we do a lot of the things that small business owners really shouldn't need to know how to do. Because if we are doing that for you, then that's going to take a huge burden and a great lift off of your shoulders. So that's some of the stuff that we love. My clients are so amazing. I love being a part of their team. We are invited to their team events, their retreats. We sit in on their team calls. When they have events, we attend their events. So we are truly a part of their family and a part of their team. And I keep saying we because it's not just me. I too have a team. So that's HR Tailor Made in a nutshell. We also lost my train of thought again. Okay. And so the way that you can reach us is by going to our website, hrtailormade.com. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, You can also follow me on LinkedIn. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to chat with you anytime. And I think we put out some pretty good content on all of the platforms. We also have a really great YouTube channel, so you can also follow us there.
Oh, man, it sucks. You know when I'm excited is when my voice sounds like I'm 15 years old all over again.
Yeah.
You know, this has been fantastic. People are going to play this over and over and over again. People are going to listen to what you're saying and say, "Good night, this is fantastic." Because you left your dream job because you hated your dream job.
Yeah.
Guys, you have to understand. I mean, yeah, she looks great for 35 years old. Okay. But she knew that her calling was bigger than that. She knew that the job that she had wasn't going to be what she wanted. And now she's fulfilling the destiny that allowed her to see clearly who she is, why she's here, her purpose on this earth. And if you haven't felt that during this conversation, you guys need to go check your pulse because this has been fantastic. Fantastic. All right. We have to wrap up. I have to ask you this question or let you go.
Okay.
You're at your favorite ice cream shop and you're sitting down.
My
You see,
favorite ice cream shop, and I'm sitting
you're
down.
sitting down, you're getting ready to eat, and you see this little 5-year-old girl walk up and you notice that it's your 5-year-old self.
Mhm.
What would you say to your 5-year-old self today? And what do you think she would want you to, what would you think that she'd want to hear?
I would say to my 5-year-old self, don't take yourself so seriously. It's okay to laugh at yourself. It's okay to be imperfect. Take chances and learn how to build that plane in the air. That's what I would say.
Man, that is awesome. There's something about being able to see your 5-year-old self again and say, if I could just talk to my 5-year-old self again, this is what I would say. Most people are like, what do you think your 5-year-old self would say to you? But I love the reverse of it.
Yeah.
This has been fantastic. I absolutely love this. Thank you so much for imparting your knowledge, your wisdom, your life history, the experiences you've gone through. Before we close up, give us, and I know you have them, give us your top 5 books that you would recommend someone to read. Whether it could be spiritual, it could be business or personal development, whatever. Just your top 5 books that you would say, read this because it will change you.
Yeah. So I shared one already, Draw the Circle by Mark Batterson, and it's a prayer challenge. 21 Irrefutable Laws by John Maxwell,
Oh,
anything
John.
John Maxwell.
Mm.
Built to Sell, love that book. E-Myth for
Yes.
entrepreneurs, great book. And then my other favorite, which is a fun little book, is actually written by my niece. It's called The STEAM Queens. And it is a book because she's an engineer. She wrote it to show that little girls of color can be anything they want to be. So that's another one of my favorite books.
Oh my gosh, guys, that's awesome. We will have all the books linked down below during this course. You'll see the books pop up in between us because we want to make sure you have the right look, the cover, the feel, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany, this has been amazing. This is awesome how we were able to get connected to each other, be able to talk and be able to just dive into your world for the last little hour. And we have learned so much. If you guys do not feel like you can do it, look at her. Look what she's overcome. Not just the introvert, but the physical, the mental, the emotional, the passion in what she does and passion in which she serves people. That's her calling. Make sure you're following your true calling because that is the purpose of why we're here on this earth, is to find and uncover what is your purpose. And once you find it, embrace it and love it. Man, this has been, please like and share and send this to somebody who really needs to hear that purposeful mindset. This has been fantastic. We love you guys. Hey, look, we're in 5 countries. So 5 countries, we're going to hear from you. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the likes, the shares, everything. It's growing super fast, and we cannot thank you all enough. This has been another fantastic interview on the Art Study of You. I will see you next time with our next guest. Have a good day.